Hello, hello. I hope you're all well. I'd like to tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a farmer, and he had this lovely little clock which used to have a really nice ticking sound. And he used to keep it in his pocket and go about the farm doing his work. And it would have the alarm on set at different times for different activities. So he was using the Pomodoro method in a way with his special ticking clock. Anyway, one day he lost it in his huge barn, and he spent hours and days actually looking for this clock of his, and he couldn't find it. And then his wife came upon this idea, and she said, why don't we invite the local school children over, and we can let them have an hour stroking the animals, the cow, not the cow, the goats and the pigs and what have you. And then we could make a game and ask them to search for this clock and maybe give a prize to whoever finds it. And the farmer thought, wow, that's an amazing idea. And he said, yes, let's do that. So they arranged for the local school children to come over to the farm and look for this ticking clock. And they were given an hour to look in the barn after they had their fun with the animals. They were given an hour to look in the barn to find this clock. And after an hour, the farmer was really excited and thought, yes, that someone definitely would have found it. But to his dismay, nobody had found it. And so the farmer's wife said, well, come along, children. Time to have some snacks just before you go home. And all the children started rushing over to the table where all the snacks were, except for one little boy. And he said, can I just have a little bit more time? And the farmer was like, yeah, sure. What for? And he said, I just want to have a go to find the clock because I really, really want to win the prize. And the farmer was like, sure. He thought, well, if 35 school children could not find the clock, how is this one kid going to find it? Anyway, he let him go to the barn. And then after about 5 minutes, the boy came running out. He said, I found it, I found it. And he had this clock in his hand. And the farmer was delighted. And he said, oh, thank you, thank you. And he hugged the boy and he said, how did you find it? And the boy said, I just went into the barn and I just stood there in silence until I could hear the ticking sound. And then I followed my ear to where the sound was coming from, and I found it. And here's the thing, the point is that we also have something like this ticking clock, and that something is our innate wisdom, It's there in every single one of us. And it comes out with gems, but we don't get to hear it. Why? Because we have so much thinking going on in our mind that we don't hear it. It gets drowned out. So I wonder what would happen for you if you were to quieten down, and what would you hear? If you want to share it in the comments, I'd love to read up about it. That's all for now. Bye-bye.